welcome back to another podcast. Today we are, there's not much to talk about today, is there really? But whatever happens, you know what I mean? So today there's a lot of talk about probably football, or mainly about football, because on the main cause that, big teams such as Villa, City, Newcastle, Liverpool, they've not been doing good, are they, really? They've been doing not as good as we want them to, kind of not underperforming, some losing, some drawing, some just all around just playing awful. Villa somehow lost to Nottingham Forest, playing awful, I give them that, but big up to Nottingham Forest for that, and big up to the new viewers, any new viewers, and if you are new here, if you want to, click subscribe and like if you don't mind doing that. Any new views from the last podcast and my other Ollie Behrman career mode, which I might stop that because of the main cause I wasn't getting enough views. I couldn't catch up with it quick enough, and it was just taking too long, if you know what I mean. I can do it, but do I want to? Not really, so I'm not going to. But whatever happens, and if I do go on to, let's say, do the career mode, I would need massive support on it. I need at least 100, at least 50 views at least, just to carry it on if I do another one. But podcast, I'm going to keep doing the podcast, but I thought there will be a point where I can't do it weekly, on the main basis of I'm in year 11 now. I know, shocker, I don't sound like I'm in year 11, but I am. And some of my friends, Etik, Toto Hammer, Toto Hammer, mate, I'm enjoying his GCSEs, so I can't do podcasts a lot during into my mocks and all. I've done my winter mocks, I've just got my March mocks coming up, and I've also got my related actual GCSEs, which I'm not going to be able to spend a lot of time doing this. I'll probably get little amounts of time, because realistically this takes 2 hours to make, because I've got an hour recording. I think it will be on your left. I've kind of got that. But realistically, I won't be able to do this for the entire year. I may sound a bit different because I don't know, I was ill I've been ill for a good a week now. That's why I haven't been doing it. And this will probably come out a day late. I'm sorry for that. Mainly because I'm ill. I didn't have the time yesterday, shall we say, to do it. But yeah, let's talk about what's big at the moment. Christmas. In school we watched a bunch of adverts to rank them, from all different supermarkets and stuff yesterday. But realistically, the big Christmas is the big thing at the moment, really, because we are in the Christmas time, getting in the Christmas spirit. I haven't got anything, but eventually on my Christmas thing I will do it. And I've got a new update on that. That will be coming out. I will be doing that I'll be finishing on the 23rd. It will come out on the night of the 24th, so 7, I don't know, it might come out late in early in the morning of the 24th, so that'll be out. I'll probably wearing a Santa hat with a nice Santa costume, maybe, I don't know. I'll be doing something, but yeah, whatever happens, but I know that's going to come out on the 24th. I won't be doing anything on the 25th, but just really let's kind of see. I'm not using anything, I'm just going to talk at the moment. The F1, there's nothing big has happened, I don't think. I haven't checked in a while, because really all it is the end of the season. All the teams are starting to do transfers and stuff. All the kind of signs going back to Williams, all that stuff, But really, I don't have much to say things apart from football. But yeah, whatever does happen, happens. Whatever does happen, kind of. I know I don't sound because I have nothing to talk about, but let's talk about my chat new channels window. That is gonna be big. Whenever does happen, I start at the background music of my family. I can't stop them from being it. I can't do this outside of them. Sorry for that. But yeah. Whatever does happen, I'm sorry about it. I do apologise. I don't care them. But really, I do need to I can't be doing this every week. I might miss a couple of weeks in the year. But whatever does happen. But really, all I've got to talk about is Christmas at the moment. It's actually okay. I hope you guys get what you asked for, and Santa will probably do it if you believe in Santa. You probably don't, but yeah. And just be nice, I would say, for Christmas season. Just be nice. Sorry about that. But whatever does happen, will happen. I'm sorry, I just don't have a structure anymore. I don't have a structure as last week, because last week, Abu Dhabi happened. Football was kind of booming, if you know what I mean. What was also in YouTube. I also like YouTube, but there's not really much big. The Sidemen, if the Sidemen's Sidemen Sunday was pretty good this week. Actually, last week's Sidemen Sunday, pretty good. I'm not that was good. I wish that. Do you know what I wish they did was that was this week, because realistically we are closer to. I think they'll probably do 3 Christmas themed things, because realistically they were probably done 2 weeks ago. I'm not gonna lie. But I think we got Bazinga's wedding. I saw photos of that. Congrats to Faith and let's say Ethan, shall we say, Bazinga and Faith. I saw some of the photos. It looked nice. It looked fancy. But well done. Congratulations. Now that's 3 of the Sidemen. 4 left, shall we say. Congrats to all of the Sidemen. Well done. Tennessee. We got big news at Tennessee and. Do you know what? I only found this out last week, to be honest. After the podcast, Danny Aaron's and Tennessee are having a baby. Congrats to them. I would say it's actually pretty young for Danny Aaron's. Danny Aaron's does seem like the father figure, but I just don't think, because they want to make a podcast as well, but they have the base for it. But the one thing that I don't like is they've decided to do it. 2 months into not even a month into having their child, and they're doing it next year. But whatever does happen, you know what I mean? But congrats on everyone this year. Congrats on having a baby coming in the coming up weeks. And congrats. Anyone having a wedding? I'm going to a wedding on the day after Boxing Day, so I won't be doing any live streams or podcasts. I'm just trying to think of the day. So next week, when's 24th next week? So this week will end on the 20th. 21st is Monday. No, 21st is Saturday, Sunday. So on Tuesday, Wednesday. On the Friday is when the wedding is, so I won't be able to do anything there. So, But I hope you guys have a fantastic last week of school, if you are in school. And if you're any adults, have a hopefully nice rest of the week at work. Some people not the greatest, won't have a great day, but, just keep your head up. You got not even a week left for some people. But thank you for people who are still working during Christmas. Thank you, really, thank you, because, without you people, and also people that work at night, if you don't watch this at night, well done, well done, good for you. I don't know how you do it though. I really don't know how you get up at, nearly midnight, 9 a.m, well, like the late times really for people in England and Scotland and Wales. And Ireland, sorry. Those people who do that, well done, because I just didn't actually do it. But I just feel like in the economy we live in, people are just, it's so like, especially children nowadays, like social media and TikTok has just ruined society in general. There's so much, I want this, I want that, but there's not really, okay, kids below the age of 11 don't get it, but anyone else above that, should start to get it now. And even when I see people asking their parents and, parents and carers and guardians, oh, well, can I have this, can I have this? Some people say yes, and I'm like, oh, do you know what, they're so lucky. But you don't ever think of the repercussions. You just think, oh, I'm going to get a gift. Lovely. But then the parents will say, oh, no, I can't get that. I just see the look in their eyes of the guilt of saying no to their kids. Every parent would love to say, yes, you can get it, but it's the world we live in. Because if you look at the stats from where we were, let's say 2016 to 18, there wasn't much bad things happening really when it comes to society. Everything was happy, like so many years ago you could go to a shop, £50, maybe 60, 70, 80, and get a family shop. Nowadays, that wouldn't even get you half the stuff. And some people can barely even afford, shopping, as it is nowadays. And the government do not care. And I know this sounds so wrong, but we just need a new government. The government needs to change just in different ways. I don't like the fact that I know I sound like a whining broken record, but if you think of it, look at Conservative Party did nothing. The world, people say in America, oh, Donald Trump did this, Donald Trump did that. Realistically, it's only going to matter of time before people start to vote for Donald Trump's biggest friend, let's say, in England, whatsoever his name is. The guy who does, the leader of the Reform Party. Him. Yeah, I think it'd be a matter of time before he, and even the next election, like giant majority election of the party that runs it, and he will eventually win it, because the Labour Party are going to do something to wind up. Because realistically, what have they done apart from increase? What was it? The wage of, I think they will increase the wage of nurses and stuff. But that's all they've done so far. HS2 is still going on. Why? They said they cancelled that, and it's only meant to be some parts that's meant to be doing it. I just don't see the point, because it's ruining everything. Yes, okay, there's reason to do it, but is there? Does it really cost what, how much? Stuff like that. Even Britain are making a tunnel from America, was it some sort of tunnel from America to London sort of thing, linking up to, what's it? That's not going to happen, I bet you. I just find it stupid. But it's just, the government do not care about workers that work extra hard. And okay, some of you can disagree with me, but you can disagree with me whenever you want. It's up to you. I couldn't give. You know what I mean? I couldn't give. This is my opinion. I have a free right to speak about my opinion. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's change topic, because I don't want to talk about this anymore. because it angers me. Let's talk about Lewis Hamilton's final goodbye at Mercedes. I saw that, I was like, that's emotional, him on the car, You know what? I feel like it's a good thing that he's leaving, but he's leaving in a good way, but he's leaving in a sad way as well. And I feel like he will win his 8th World Championship, his 9th technically, at Ferrari. But I feel like Lewis Hamilton's first couple of races will just be awful, won't be good, because realistically, when the people that have driven the cars already, like Carlos Sainz, and Lewis Hamilton hasn't even got into Ferrari, and they've tested the car for 2024. Even Yuki Tsunoda, he's apparently meant to be a new prospect to undergo Perez, because officially the season hasn't ended. Officially, the season ends like a couple of days before. Yeah. But I would definitely like to see, Lewis Hamilton doing good and Yuki in Red Bull, but let's look at it this way. Lewis Hamilton, some could say he's close to retirement, but I don't think he will retire until he wins his Drivers' Championship again and Constructors' Champions again. I don't think he will, not until he wins it again, which will be a long time. I feel like give him I don't know. People say he's going to do it immediately, but will he though? Because he needs time to settle into Ferrari. He knows that nobody there apart from Charles Leclerc and maybe one of the but it is hard to see Lewis Hamilton leave and Carlos Sainz leave and leave, join Mercedes, and see Daniel Ricciardo leave this season, and just all these people leaving this season. Then we got Audi coming in next season. We've got all these massive names coming, changing. But I feel like it's going to be the same as this year. Red Bull are going to do, great in Bahrain and like 3 others. Like maybe like the starting 3, and they'll get, maybe like all P1s, Max Verstappen. And then I feel like other teams just take over. And Max Verstappen is one of those drivers. He's a good driver, but has a temper. And that temper I do not like, and nobody does like. If nothing's going Max Verstappen way, he'll make it his way. He'll make everything a big deal, start getting angry, and almost kill himself. That's what I don't like about Verstappen. I feel like if he enjoys doing sim races, he should go do it, because realistically you're not going to survive without an injury in your career if you're just going to get angry and start ramming people off track, like he did to Piastri. And he did to Piastri, was it twice, or he did to someone else as well. But it's Verstappen. He's at Red Bull. He thinks he's the biggest driver in the world. He's not. He is not. You can never compare Verstappen and Hamilton like you can compare Verstappen and Fernando Alonso. Those two you can compare realistically, but you can't compare Verstappen and Hamilton. Hamilton is a better driver. He rarely gets angry. He can keep his cool in in these situations, and he doesn't get angry. Realistically, the amount of times he's been angry is very little. I probably need to go check on that because I might be wrong. But that's what people love about Lewis Hamilton. He doesn't need to get frustrated at the most stupidest things if things not going his way. And I think he used to do it. I'm not sure. But yeah. Really, I don't. I don't like seeing drivers, come off tracks and stuff. But it is just hard because some people who've been watching the sport and are big fans of like Charles Leclerc and stuff. I'll think I might have flashbacks when the people going into the halo and people going into the barriers and stuff like that, and the halo getting crushed. They have flashbacks to a lot of races. I mean, it's just there is just a sense of like I can't get the word out actually. A sense of I don't know the word. The word's not coming out of my mouth. A sense of pride when you look at the drivers. Let's say that. A sense of pride when you look at the drivers, and that's what the drivers, engineers say, and head engineers and team principal feels when they see a sense of pride. Because Formula One is still a dangerous sport. No matter because of the safety, it's still a dangerous sport. You can still get killed by Formula One. No matter what happens, you can still get killed. No matter what happens, you can still get killed. Because even I think when Charles Leclerc was a young driver, came into Ferrari, I forgot the guy that died. Charles Leclerc, one of my best friends, died. The halo was, still it was a thing then, and he still, lost his life, unfortunately. R.I.P. I know it's a long time ago, but it's still unfortunate that he, did die, and that's with the halo, and that's with, the fatal crash, and someone just, and even Grosjean, or something like that. The old Haas driver who walked out of fire, the man who walked out of fire. That's been debated a lot, and somehow he's still alive because he used his instincts to get out the car and as fast as he could. But that's just evidence of how dangerous Formula One actually is. It's no mess about. Like, when you're in a car that goes almost 300 miles an hour through a track, and you have to brake heavy, and you have to watch your surroundings, your reaction time has to be very, very quick, and speedy and fast, and you have to recover quickly, and you have to be on time, and you because there's I think there's an eyesight test when you do Formula One, and if your eyesight isn't better than the average human, average car person that drives a car, then you're not going, because you need your eyesight needs to be on point. You need to be able to look around and see things in forward motion. You have to see things in the future. Realistically, you have to think, what's going to happen if I do this? What's going to happen if I do that? Yes, it's second guessing himself, but it's also reality, really, because you have to kind of think, if I do this, what's the repercussions? And will I kill myself? Because it's not a thought anymore in Formula One drivers. It probably is in some, but the younger drivers, especially Ollie Behrman, Kimi Antonelli and that, they probably still. I mean, realistically, they did have a good. They've had a good career, really. I mean, Ollie Behrman's career started in Formula One at the start of this year. you know, like in Saudi Arabia, started this year, and that was a brilliant start. You know, somehow getting points and getting more points than some drivers. You know, it's still a good thing, and you can say you've done that. My debut was with Ferrari. You can say that, and he can say that. Imagine that. Not many people start in Ferrari. Not many people. They work their way up. Lewis Hamilton, he worked his way up to Mercedes. Carlos Sainz worked his way up. Fernando Alonso wasn't the other day. So Sebastian Vettel, he worked his way. I mean, all drivers who ever enter big names like Ferrari and that, they always have to work their way, no matter what. But let's move on to the big news, where FC25 have released a showcase mode, which it's not the greatest. It's, you know, they've added clubs, but you can't play clubs pretty much. You have to play it and join a random club, and you have to play it, but you can't join a club, and you kick off. It's only some teams. I'd rather want to play clubs and kick off, and then you can actually use them. Because that is showcasing. That's a showcase. You know, when you look at other games demos, you can actually play the game. You can play the game for a minimum of time. You know, they could have easily just said, oh, you have to download this for free. You can play every single game mode for 10 hours, 20 hours, you know, however long. But the only reason they've kept that is because they want to because this year people haven't bought FC25. Not as many as well, and not as many people have bought FC25. Because the biggest change is the rush game mode and the, you know, sort of customization, and, you know, it's still the same realistically, apart from there's new graphics and stuff. But yeah, it's just isn't what people want it to be. I personally want to play it, but I'm just saving up. I'm waiting to get it. And UFC 5, I mean, that's been out for a while. It's a good game. Like, the realism is up on there. It's definitely better than FC25. It's much better than UFC 4 by a mile margin because of more realistic, and yeah. But yeah. So, but I had to do something. But yeah, whatever. Really, I don't know what it's about, but happens. Let's change something. Back to that was the games. That was it. Sorry about my hair, guys. It's just not having a great day. Not a good hair day. But like, just games in general haven't been the same since COVID. If you look at like the history and stuff, the games haven't been too exciting anymore. You know, you don't come back after school, or you know, before COVID, you don't come back home and be, you know, excited to go and play games anymore. You go home and just like, oh, let's play a game. You know what? There's no like, oh, let's go home and play some games and I'll meet you online and stuff. It's just, do you want to hop on? Because that's all it is nowadays. There's no like excitement to it, because there's only been some games. I don't think there's going to be a revival stage of any game really. Fortnite, dead. You can argue with me. I have a lot of reasons. Dead. GTA 6, see how that goes. FC25 becoming dead. It's starting to die now, but it's still a good game. but is it a good game? They make very small changes, is what I say. They make changes that are little and not that good. Let's see that one. They're not very good, shall we? Let's say that. They're not very good. Then they're little changes that people say that F25 say, oh, they're big changes. You know, they're not realistically, are they? They're just changes that have been sort of recommended by the community. And you're just like, yeah, let's make it. Let's do these. But there's just so much things F25 would do. Like, we can hear the players talk. We can hear the manager talk. Like, you know, we have voice options. We can talk. You know, and you want to hear them. You want to hear all the managers talk. But they just don't want the agents to talk as well. What else? Press conferences. I want them to actually have, you know, decent. What else? I want the intro. I know the intros to games are good, but I want there to be, as soon as you click on play match, there's some sort of like cinematic where like, oh, live next will be, you know, the game you're about to play, and you can see the players entering, and then, you know, and then as soon as you click on play match, he goes into the whole thing again, and you can see the managers. And in like the start intro, when you know click onto the match itself. No, sorry, you click onto the match into the press conference and stuff. That you like you can see what was I saying now? You can see the managers having like press conferences and, you know, stuff like that, and you can see fans walking in. And I'd love when you leave the game, on the after the game, and you see the fans. I wish you could see them start leaving, like the stadium. That would be an epic. That would be good. What else? I wish they added sponsors. You could make new sponsors each year. That's been a big thing for a while. What else? The stadiums. You can upgrade. You can change the stadiums every, let's say, 2 years. You can upgrade the stadiums, and they get upgraded automatically, or something like that, or something to do with that. But I feel like the one thing just to make the game a bit more exciting would be sponsors, because that's so big. You can add new sponsors to your shirt. That would be so big. Keep the same kind of looking of the what's it? Just make sure we can click on a sponsor that we can have, and there's just nothing like new about it. You don't get any extra money, you just get new sponsors. That's it. And you can keep the old one if you want to. That's it. Okay, that's all I want. And you can only have multiple. You can only have two sponsors or three. I don't know, depending on the club. That would be lovely. I would love to see that. That would be such a good, especially. But the thing is, the same with Formula 1. They could add press conferences, but they don't. They could add, the looking of seeing the drivers into, into the cars and into the thingy, but they just don't. They just don't want to. In F1 24 Manager as well, they just don't want to, because they should have wasted their time, and why give the the community that buys these games nothing that they want. The only thing that's holding together games are YouTubers and their fan base, realistically. See, I'm an all-rounder when it comes to YouTube and watching games and games in general. I like campaign games a lot. I like PvP games as well. Like Call of Duty is a good mix between campaign and PvP. It is good. I give them that. And so is UFC. They're awesome. But FIFA, it's okay. Like, there's no. I wish you could do sort of like an online team sort of thing. So like, you have 5 games where you got to keep with the same team, and if you win all those games, you go into a, I don't know, semi or final or some shit like that. That would be nice. Like, it would be nice. Sorry about the swearing. But it just won't happen, because it won't. They don't want to even their games out, because some games they have good things and then you want them to add them together, because if they were to add all the features of different games into every game and have the same sort of features, you know, it would be brilliant. It would be brilliant. It really would. It would be great. But they just won't, because it's a waste of their time. And they think, just limit the fans. It is just shocking. But I have nothing against any of the games. I think they're brilliant in their own way, and I still play them. I can't, have a go at things I still play. But the only big thing at the moment when it comes to gaming is the GTA 6. That's not going to be out next year. It's meant to come 2025, 2026, something like that. I just think they're hyping the game up too much. I think there'll be like a sort of thing like, what was that game that was hyped up a lot? I don't know, put it in the comments, but yeah, it really was just, it's going to be hyped up too much. And they've taken too long to, it's been hyped too much. GTA 5 has been out nearly, 6 years now, something like that? 6, 7 years? It's pretty much people who've been playing it for... Actually, no. When GTA 5 came out, if you look at it, Simon, Vic were all like teenagers, I think, when it came out, or something like that. Like, they were young. And now they're, full grown adults, almost in their 30s. That's how long we've been waiting for GTA 6. Which is just actually a bit abysmal. It really is abysmal. I would love to see GTA 6 come out in the next couple, this year coming up. But realistically, it's not going to. I don't think, it's not going to be out for another 2 years. I'm just keeping that in there. I'm saying that now. Not going to be out for another 2 to 3 years. But yeah, why not? It's up to them, really. Sorry guys, I zoned out a bit, sorry about that. I do that a lot, I'm sorry. But if you've made it this far somehow, I don't know how you have after my boringness. Thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're still here, and if you enjoy my content, thank you. Not to beg though, obviously, because beggars are choosers. Beggars and choosers aren't the greatest thing, because realistically, I don't see myself as getting anything big on this podcast. I don't want to be... do you know what? I want to be a big time YouTuber, but I just doubt it will happen. That's what I want my future to be. I want to do, because there's this, and there's also the job that I actually want to do, and I'll do this on the sidelines, but I'll do when I have the days off, because it's just easier for me to do that. But yeah, I'll do it on the sidelines, and if I get any viewers, I get viewers. But my last video got 3, 4 views, something like that. Hang on, let's go to YouTube Studio, shall we? But yeah, you got something stupid like that. Something absolutely stupid. 3 views, 0 likes, 0 comments. and my Ollie Bearman F2 career mode, which was out 198 days ago and 4 hours. This was out. My podcast will be probably when it comes out at least like 8 days old since. And then the Ollie Bearman F2 career mode, 35 views and 1 like. Who those 35 viewers are? Where are they now? Because they're not, not coming up at all. I mean, I got 5 viewers in total that are the same. 5 viewers. Watch time 0.5. It's actually stupid. My top content is not is the podcast. My podcast has got more views on the podcast. But in 90. Sorry, guys. Sister walked in. But yeah, it's just my videos have been doing okay. Like, I'm actually getting views surprisingly. But I would like to get more, but I'm not pushing for it. I wanna grow organically, really. My viewers, some reason my viewers find me via channel pages and browser features somehow. In the last 28 days. But my podcast, most podcasts don't even get 0 views on their first time. Most small people who just start a podcast randomly don't get a view. And I'm actually kind of happy at getting views, because it's better to get views than get nothing. So anyone who is supporting the channel, thank you. I appreciate you, and if you could share the video to your friends and family, and just subscribing helps me. Even just liking, even just viewing the channel for at least 10 minutes. Viewing the video that I'm putting out in this podcast, even just for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, however long you want, because I'm not pushing for that. And if you are still here, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. Just sorry to be a beg. Like and subscribe. I'll subscribe if you are still here. And thank you for making it this far. Like, I don't think I can make it this far, but thank you for being this far if you do get this far. And if you are that one viewer that watches the whole stream, then thank you. Oh, sorry. I keep saying stream. I had a stream a couple of days ago and it just didn't got kind of out of habit. But I would definitely like to do more when it comes to this. I've kind of got on my bucket list at the moment doing a marathon. Do you know what Kai Snat did? I'd like to do that sort of thing. And I am looking for someone who can build my setup, a proper YouTube setup and stuff like that. If they would like to build it, they can. And if you are, and if you want to hit me up on my YouTube or Twitch. Hit me up on that. Cause I don't have a TikTok. I did have a TikTok, I've kind of stopped it, and I'm not making it my Instagram yet. But just hit me up on my YouTube or Twitch and just whisper to me. Thank you if you do. And I'm trying to get a setup that I can sort of, because when I do eventually touch wood, I do get my own house, I get up space, I can put a good setup there, and get enough money to buy a good setup and have that for a couple 3 years. I'm just using it happily. That's what I want to do. You know what? If I could, I would just do YouTube videos, because YouTube videos is such a privilege to do. Because how many people realistically can say, "Oh, I do YouTube videos for a living. I make tons of money from YouTube, enough money that it can support me and my family." Realistically, what person can say that? Not many, really. They can say, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber. I make almost, how much money they make, and it supports me enough, so I don't have to do any other job." There's not many people who can say that, really. Well, there is, but at the same time there isn't. to any of my viewers that have questions about me, I'll answer in my next podcast, and I'll check and I'll look and I'll answer them, because I want to kind of create a podcast that I'm just answering questions, because at the moment I don't have any questions to answer. And if you do really have any questions about anything, well, to a degree of anything, I would definitely go ahead and ask them. But don't ask me any questions, because I will just literally just not look at them. If you ask me strange questions that I don't want to do, I won't do them. But it is up to you. But I'm not gonna push you to ask me a question, because I will answer them. But it's just up to you, really, isn't it? But go ahead, if you want to ask me a question, I'll answer it in my next podcast next week, which is going to be my Christmas special. Anything Christmassy, anything, ask anything, because I could not care what you ask. I could, depending on the question, I'm going to reiterate myself. Depending on the question, I will probably answer it, and depending on the question, I'll do it. It's up to you, really. Just put a question, anything Christmas, family, friends, life, YouTube, Formula 1, TikTok, really anything, really. Just nothing hateful, anything that can get any, sexual, a bit weird. I don't want that. I want this to kind of be a PG sort of podcast. I don't want to swear as much, but yeah. But I will eventually. So this. I want this to be some sort of like where a family can sit down and just listen to me. You know what I mean? But yeah. But there is one thing I kind of want to talk about. It's kind of like, I don't know what it was I was talking about, but I was going to talk about something, but I forgot. So yeah. But if you have any questions about what I do, why I do this, and yeah, happily answer them. I mean, I did have a question once about why did I start a YouTube channel, and what was the point, and start a YouTube channel on Twitch. And my answer really would be to that. I started it because I had a dream, and I'm following that dream. There's a lot of famous quotes about, dream your dream, and, it'll eventually come true. And I'm just following what I want to do. I've still got another job that I want to do, and I'm pushing to do that job. But I also want to do this, and, making, podcasts where everyone can watch, and, families can watch and enjoy what I do, and, engage like that. I would love to do this for a living. I'd love just to sit down, talk at a camera for an hour and just talk. I'd love to have guests on this, and if you want to be a guest on the podcast, just hit me up on my Twitch. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get a guest on here, the famous Total Hammer. I want to get him on. Hopefully when he comes round I can kind of say, oh, do you want to pop on a podcast real quick? And he might say yes, he might say no. It's up to him, really. I might put on vlogs depending on what I do. The vlogs probably will be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but I only really do vlogs when I go on holidays to, like, on holiday or to some place, that I feel like is good. But I'll only do this, but this will be, I want to do videos on something, but daily videos are not a thing I want to do. So they just take so long. And depending on how long the video is, it takes even longer. Because the 60-minute videos take about half an hour to an hour to just download. And they take another like half an hour to kind of upload onto my YouTube channel. And it's a process that takes hours. And I mean, last time it took hours to do. And it was just stressful. because I had to look on my phone, like, has it come out, has it come out, you know. I'm going to leave it this one another, like, week or two until I check. But I will do a podcast again next week. I'm probably on the 23rd. And it will come out on the 24th. So, probably when you see this, it will probably be Wednesday. When you see this, probably Wednesday. Because it is Tuesday at the moment, but it'll probably be Wednesday when I watch it. But yeah, I started a Twitch and a YouTube on the basis that I'm following what I always wanted to be. Ever since I started watching YouTube and, you know, watching all these people, like, oh my god, I want to do that. I want to be able to buy this stuff. I want to be able to do that. I wanted, you know, that's what I do. I started my YouTube channel ages ago. I started my Twitch ages ago. I think I've been in Twitch for 2 to 3 years. I'm not sure the exact date. YouTube probably about a year now. But yeah, I would love to do this. I mean, I don't even care. Like, I don't mind not getting money from it. I don't really care. You know, getting money from here would be a dream. I do not mind that at all. Because realistically, all you need for monetization is £500, 500 subscribers. And it's like every like you get is like amount of money. But that'll be a milestone for me. When I do hit, hopefully I do hit 500. I think that'll be a milestone when I do a special podcast. When I hit 1,000, you know, sort of like that. When I do hit 500, I'll be like, you know, I'll do a podcast on it. Even if I've done a podcast the day before, I'll do that. I've got no answers. You know, I've got no questions. I just don't see. It's just nowadays economy, you know. It's. I like doing this. I like it. I like it. You know, this is a thing that I like to do. Talk to a camera. It's just an easy job, really, isn't it? Yeah. And here's where my controller died. I think actually here, where my controller died. Yeah, controller died. Controller died here. So yeah. Just to let you know. Had to switch out, but whatever does happen. And my life goes on as my life, and I'm doing stuff to want to be better at my life. But I mean, when it comes to improving your life, don't just think, oh, he's doing a YouTube, you know, he seems like, don't ever assume that a YouTuber's life is good. Because behind the scenes, you know, it's a camera, they can turn it on and off whenever they want, you know, doesn't always matter. They can have an awful life behind that camera and still get loads of money. You know, we saw that with Liam Payne and stuff like that. You know, the key went one direction and that direction was down. You know, that sort of thing. But yeah. Don't look at me and think, you know what, let's start a podcast like that. You know what, if you want to start a podcast, do it. I mean, it is good. You know, it definitely is mental health. It just helps get my feelings out and, you know, about the world. We don't live in a great world, do we, really, about mental health when it comes to mental health. It's just men's and some women, most suicides come from men. Emotional health, because men are just, you know, there's just so many women nowadays, especially younger women, who want a lot of things. Even when you see on social media, oh, my man has to make this, my man has to make this. I'm like, why do you have the expectations in life? Even the ones that aren't pretty and aren't, you know, good looking, let's say. I'm not naming any names. Say, oh, they want their boyfriend to make, you know, what's it? Well, you know, we want you to be good looking, but we can't ask for that, can we? Really? You know, it's like, it's just shocking, really. That women expect that. Women should, or realistically, if women want us to make 10 grand, they can stay at home and do all the jobs. Realistically. You know, stay at home, do that. Because, you know, if you want me to make £6, you can do a job, you can come home and do everything else. Because that's just the argument nowadays. Women are more important than men, but men are more important than women. No one's more important than each other. Everyone should see each other as fair people. They should see each other as nothing more, nothing less than each other. They should just think it's the same. And men shouldn't be paid more than women. Women should be paid more than men. You know, people should have the same amount of money. There should be a society where people can afford the same things and, you know, live like, you know, have enough money to have on the table, have enough money to buy gifts, have enough money to go to football matches, hockey matches, you know, all these matches they want to go to, and people want to want things, have enough money to do that. But they never really will. There will never be a point in the earth where people can say, you know, life was great, you know. Life was great. I could go to football match after football match after football match. Nobody will ever say that. Eventually maybe, but give us a couple 50 years. Because, yeah, I just don't like it anymore. I don't like the toxic world we live in. Because it is toxic. Really is. Okay, you can find, you know, there is a lot of a massive portion of girls that don't really care about the money. They just care about, you know, how the boy likes and how the boy feels and, you know, sort of thing. Doesn't care how the boy looks, just their personality and stuff. And that's what I want to look. When it comes to girlfriends, I want to see a personality, not someone who cares about how they look, how I look. Because realistically, that's the main thing nowadays when it comes to me. People underestimate, not me in general, don't underestimate me, yes they do maybe, but it's just, I want a girl that looks at my personality, not me. I don't want a girl who looks at someone who wants me to be rich, because I don't want to be rich, I don't need to be rich, I just want to live it. Have a nice family, have a nice comfy house where I can have food, I can, you know, sit down without any issues, with my mental health being great, I can just, you know, relax when I'm off. I don't have to, you know, that's all I want. I don't want anything more. I don't want to be rich, I don't want to be bitch and famous. Because being rich and famous, you know, it comes with its, you know, downgrades of paparazzi always want to be around you, and, you know, you have people crowd. I'm gonna have to cut this like not short really. I've got another couple seconds until it's really like I have to kind of cut it short. But back to what I was saying. I mean, I don't want much in life. I just want a nice car, a nice vehicle, a nice, you know, a nice cozy house and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the fact I can just do this is you know, kind of a bonus if you think of it. You know, I can just sit here with a nice, you know, smile on my face, and yeah. So I mean, I can't appreciate anything I've got. So I will love you and leave you, and I will see you in the next podcast. Have a nice week, have a nice weekend, and peace.